I am happy we've come here a week early to do all this prep, and now we get to go to Saudi, which is only 2 hours difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we've already done our jet lag and stuff now, so we'll go straight in, and then we'll be, that next week. Next week, man, we'll be in the sharp. You know what I mean? So just clocking it in, man. It's been fucking tough days in the bank.
Yeah. Hi, this is Aiysha for iBoxingHub, and I'm here with Jai Opetaia, IBF Cruiserweight World Holder. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So we're here at Churchill's boxing gym. Obviously, you're doing your sparring and preparing for your 12th of October. But before we get to all of that, I just want to congratulate you on the birth of your baby girl. Huge congratulations. How are mother and baby doing?
Yeah, they're doing really well, man. I'm lucky I've got a great partner at home. Being able to hold it down at home while I'm out here handling business. So it's a team effort.
Absolutely, really, really important to have that support at home, and it's so great that you've got that support. So I was watching something, and Derek Chisora was being accused of becoming soft, and then he said, "Oh yeah, it's because I've now got baby girls, and then that's kind of softened me up a bit." What do you think? Like after having a baby girl, do you feel like you've become a bit softer than you were before?
Nah, I don't know. I'm softer at home, but when we walk in the gym, we sort of switch on. It's a different type of mentality. You know what I mean? So.
Do you think you've got to compartmentalize it a bit more now? Like obviously at home you're like the dad and the girl dad, and at work you still have to be really, really tough.
Nah, man, it's all part of it. You know what I mean? I've been a family man ever, my whole life. We've always been family orientated, and there's always been a lot of females in my family. I've got 4 older sisters. I've got a younger sister, so we've always done it for the village. Done it for the tribe and done it for the family. So it's just now I've got my own to look after, but it's just another family member. So it's great.
Absolutely. And you spoke about coming from a fighting family. So you've been around this since you were born, really. You've been around all of this. Is that kind of ingrained in you, like the toughness and just like being born to be a fighter?
For sure. Fighting's what I know. I was born around the sport, you know what I mean? I didn't stumble upon it. It found me, I'm a 4th generation of my father's and a 3rd of my mum, so, I feel like I'm meant to be here.
So if there was anything else, if you weren't a boxer, do you see that you could have been anything else apart from this?
And I don't even want to think about it, who knows where I'd be if it wasn't for boxing.
Yeah.
But, who cares? We're here now. We're on the biggest stages in boxing history, so take advantage of it.
Absolutely. So obviously you're here for sparring. How have you found training out of London and finding the sparring that you found over here?
Awesome. It's been good. Been fucking tough week. We've been really grinding hard this week. We've been here for about 6-7 days now. So just on the end of that jet lag, just finding that sleeping pattern. So by the time we get to we get to Saudi, we'll be good to go. The sparring's been good. I just done some awesome rounds with an amateur boxer, Luke. What's his name? Lucas.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Rory. Yeah, Lucas, man, he's good. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to come in here and do some rounds, and he come out fucking firing. So that's perfect. It's perfect for what I needed. This was my last spar today. Man, he's a good kid. So I'm excited to be here, mix it up with new people, and find new sparring. So it's awesome.
And is it difficult to find sparring at the level that you want when you're in Australia, or do you kind of find it quite easily there as well?
It varies, you know what I mean? Yes and no. It's sometimes people in camp, out of camp, so we try and get ahead of it quick when we find a date. So, but it's always good to mix it up and get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Being over here and in London and being in different environments and adapting to it, and it's good. It toughens you up. It's fucking, we've had a big week. We've been going straight to training to media to training to media, so it's been exhausting, but it's been challenging. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward for this taper week, and we're going to sharpen it up now. You know what I mean? Slow it back down, and yeah.
Do you see yourself potentially coming back to London for future kind of sparring as well? Because obviously you've come here and you're going to go to Saudi after this, but normally you probably would have gone back to Australia, carried on your training camp, and then gone to wherever you need to get to. But the fact that you've enjoyed it so much and you found some really good sparring levels, do you think that you might want to do that again in the future?
For sure. I love coming out here, I love the experience, I love the training and stuff like that, but it's just so far from home, you know what I mean? It's like a 24-hour flight, just to travel, and then we're adapting to, the jet lag and stuff like that. Like it fucking takes it out of you, you know what I mean? But I am happy we've come here a week early to do all this prep, and now we get to go to Saudi, which is only 2 hours difference, you know what I mean? So we've already done our jet lag and stuff now, so we'll go straight in, and then we'll be, that next week, man, we'll be in the sharp, you know what I mean? So just clocking it in, man. It's been fucking tough days in the bank.
Yeah. So you would have watched, obviously you're going to be fighting against Jack Massey on the 12th of October. You would have watched his previous fight. How do you think he did in his last one with Isaac Chamberlain?
Good. He's a tough opponent. I'm not expecting an easy fight. I know he's going to come out to fight and come out to win the fight. Let's go.
And obviously we've got Chris Billam-Smith fighting in November against Ramirez. How do you see that one going?
Man, I'm not sure. It doesn't bother me too much. I'm just focused on the 12th of October.
Yeah. And obviously you want to be collecting belts, and you've been talking about that previously as well. With fighters, people obviously see you at the ultimate. They see you like at the top. They might think that some other fights are going to be quite easy for you, but when I hear you speak, it doesn't sound like you're ever overlooking a fighter. And is that deliberate? Like you don't actually ever underestimate what a fighter can bring?
We can't. We can't underestimate anyone. You know what I mean? Like these boys, they look at me like I'm the top, so they're trying to take me out. You know what I mean? Even in sparring, we've got to be on. Just being challenged in here, challenged every day. Everyone's gunning for me. You know what I mean? And it's good. Come and get it.
You've spoken about obviously unifying this division and potentially moving up. If you had to choose between either unifying or getting to heavyweight and fighting Usyk before he retires, which one would you prefer to do?
Sorry, say that again.
So if you were to either unify here or leave unification in the cruiserweight and move up to heavyweight and fight Usyk before he retires, which one would you prefer to do?
Honestly, I'm just chasing the unification fights. I want to unify the whole division. Yeah. You know what I mean? These other super fights, if they come, they come. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's not like, at the moment, it's just all talk, and at the moment, I am just so focused on the 12th of October. You know what I mean? This is a big fight. This is a hard fight. So we've got to come in prepared.
What would unification mean to you then? Because you talk about it a lot. You talk about like that's what your goal is. Why is that such a big goal for you? What is it about it that makes you really, really just want to get there?
Well, I feel like that's what fighters should want. That's what other champions should want. We want to progress and move forward, not maintain what we have. So, the only way to move forward is to fight for more belts and unify the division.
And obviously this will be like your third time fighting in Saudi now under the Riyadh season. What's the best thing about being part of Riyadh season for you?
Riyadh season set a high standard. They've really raised the bar for the sport of boxing, like in all sports. They're professionals. You go there, everything's organised. The fighters are treated with respect that we deserve. It's awesome, man. It's great to be a part of, and it's good to have, Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, that actually just cares about the fighters, wants to see the fighters do best. It's not a business thing to him. You know what I mean? He's just a very big fan of boxing, and he has the financial support to make these special things happen. You know what I mean? So it's all positive.
You did speak about on the TalkSport interview about some fighters being disrespected, after what Chris Eubank Jr. said in the press conference and stuff. What could we do as an industry in boxing to kind of like prevent that or to make it better for fighters?
Mate, I don't have all the answers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a fighter. This is what I do. This is my life. I fight for my family. I fight for my, take bread home to my family. And this is all I know what to do. You know what I mean? The business gets involved and, the politics and stuff, and it sort of wrecks the sport, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. We just got to adapt. And we know what we're getting ourselves into as well as a fighter. Unfortunately, it's in every industry, not just boxing. There's the ups and downs in any sport, any business, anything like that. So it is what it is. You just got to take it with a grain of salt and and we just got to focus on our own journey and move forward. You know, we just got to stay positive. You know, we got just racking in big days, fucking hard work all day, every day, fucking grinding away, and then when the fights come, we got to win.
Obviously, with big fights, there comes a lot of media attention. There's a lot of events, media events you have to do leading up to the fight. Does this detract from your focus of the fight night?
No, not really. You know, it's all part of it. I know it's part of it. You know, it's sort of with camp. It's a bit challenging, you know, but we still train hard. We still get everything done. But, you know, just going from one session to, it's a bit exhausting, but it's good. You know, we're uncomfortable. And then when we get close to that fight and it's all calmed down, now we're comfortable. You know what I mean? So we like it. We like the pressure. We like the, you know, coming here, fucking training on training, interviews, hard rounds, back to fucking interviews, back to training this arvo. It's just constant. You know what I mean? We're just under the grind, under the pressure. So when that taper week comes, fuck, man, we start feeling like fresh, start feeling good, start feeling, you know, start sharpening up. And it's just all that hard work, all that dedication starts to just mold, you know, starts to come together. So
from the outside, obviously looking in, I'm not a fighter. I don't know what it's like for you guys. It looks like just a lot of hard work, right? Why do you continue? What makes you kind of pushes you to just do it every day? Because it is a lot of hard work. Everyone's going to struggle through it. What is that thing that just pushes you to carry on going every single day as hard as you can?
You know, well, purpose. You know, this is. I feel like I'm meant to be here. You know, like I said, I grew up in this sport. I feel like this is my time to be here. This is my time to do what I got to do. And you know, we're given a short window to make something of ourselves. You know, and we got a short opportunity to really capitalize on all this hard work. And you know, we're here now. We're reaping the fruits of our labor. So, you know, we're taking full advantage of it. You know, we can't let this thing slip. You know, when all this is said and done, I want to look back and be proud of myself. You know, I want to look back and say, fuck, I gave it everything. You know, I gave it my all. I had a crack. You know, I don't want to look back and say, oh, you know, I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd done that. You know, fuck, I wish I trained a bit harder. Or I'm not accepting that. You know, we are going 110% every day under pressure. So let's get it.
And just advice for people who are waiting for their big break, who are working really, really hard in the background, just trying to wait for that big break. What kind of advice would you give them?
Keep showing up, keep going, keep staying ready, because it will come. You know, you got to be ready for that fucking phone call, you know, that message, that email saying, you know, are you ready for this? And if you're not prepared, if you're not ready, it's going to fly straight past you. You're going to miss your opportunity. But you stay ready and it comes, you know, that's what you've been waiting for. Let's go. So,
Jai, thank you so much for your time. Huge, all the best for 12th of October, and we'll be following your journey. Thank you so much. Thank you.